hold on a sec. Alright, we have hella food. If we shut down the food places, does that reduce heat needs? Yes, it does. I should have done this earlier. This one is mining, that's logistics. Okay. This is mining coal. I don't need more coal right now. We can't even burn that at the moment. That's materials, that's nothing. Send over 20, the last of the oil stockpile from the other base. Squalor miner extremely increased by generator. Generator's on, right? Yeah, it is. Concerned. Alright, for now, shut this down to save some heat. Curious if I like... Okay, that doesn't use up heat at all. Do these other little buildings use heat? No, they don't. Okay. We are going to run out of oil before that heat thing comes back online. Is this the big one? This is the first whiteout. Well, there was one in the tutorial, but this is the first, like, real whiteout. Heat scarcity. Heat minus... Oh, I think the generator went offline. 288 people froze to death. Come on, weather. 285 people froze to death. The storm leaves. All negative effects are removed. Okay. Can we turn the generator back on? Alright, hopefully they were all pilgrims.
Newcomer outside.
Whiteout's still a threat. Chapter 3. Ice turns to steam as the whiteout wanes, but it's clear we are far from keeping New London warm forever. The whiteouts are not gone. What will we do if the horrors of the whiteout years return? Asked the stalwarts. If we want to withstand them without fear, we must improve the generator even more, and that will require a great deal of cores. Dozens. We only know of one site with so many cores, the metal roots of Winterholm's ruined generator. Our current generator will not be enough. We need to colonize Winterholm to get more cores to upgrade the generator further. We need to change our plans. Right now, I need to get my generator back online. Oh, hello. What's happening? Chapter 3. Return to Winterholm. Past the gorge in the Cursed Valley lies the failed city of Winterholm. Our scouts have avoided the ruins for years, yet without its cores we cannot upgrade our generator to its full potential. We must reach for Winterholm and chart the area around it. We should take the time to prepare resources and workforce. Returning to Winterholm will pose significant challenges. Pressure point. Winterhome. Steward, a handful of desperate pilgrims gathered in front of the generator earlier today. One spoke to the gathering crowd as they painted themselves in oil. We need that right now. She detailed a different plan for Winterhome, one that would breathe a second life into the cursed land. Winterhold? Wait, what? No, it says Winterhome right there. Anyway, one that would breathe a second life into the cursed land. We cannot destroy Winterhome for its cores. We must settle it. We must adapt. This is our last chance to make you hear us, Steward. So we must be loud. And with that, they set themselves alight. Rescue teams are able to save the would-be martyrs, but our people are clearly shaken by the immolation. The stalwarts urge you to get ahead of the narrative before people are swayed to their cause. What should we do? The pilgrims may protest if relations continue to worsen. Clearly, these are disturbed individuals. We'll help our people see that. Pilgrims get mad, stalwarts like it. Okay. Warmer season, heat demand decreased. Okay, we need to turn off the surplus injectors. We need to let the oil build back up. Warm at last. Heat abundance reached. Life inside the city is now warmer than New London has ever known. People walk the streets in disbelief. They can remove shawls, coats, layers of clothes that for so many years were necessary even in the best of conditions. Now they peel like old skin. It's warm. People look at each other as if in a dream and wonder whether it can possibly last. Trust rises. Tension is decreased. Really? Right after the whiteout? Okay. Food is not great. Alright, hang on a second. That was food. And that was food. And that was food. And that was logistics. Okay. What else did I turn off? This thing. Minus 40 still too for temperature. Yeah. What is this? Oh, it's just almost out of supplies. That's what that is. Okay, we still need cores. Alright, do we know where Winterhome is? Find Winterhome, it says. So this one's take the cores. Possible settlement. We need the cores more. Yoink. Let's see. Safe territory. Alright. This deserted territory is home to the skeletal remains of Tesla City. The site is almost completely snowed in, and with few exceptions, the ruins have been picked clean of useful materials. Alright. Check it anyway. Is this a strategy game? Yeah, it's a colony sim game. You're trying to keep people alive and juggling a whole bunch of stuff to make them happen.
Eager to help.
Okay, extraction. Let's expand it over that. And mechanized sawmill increases the materials gained. Heat dispatcher reduces the heat requirements. Let's do mechanized sawmill there. Isn't this more management than strategy? It's kind of planning. Stockpiles depleted. Steward, the stockpiles of materials the captain has gathered have run out. After so many years, our resources in the pit are growing barren. Current output will satisfy some demand, but problems will mount over time. We must reach for new deposits, otherwise the city and us will suffer. I think part of the problem is the whiteout is currently covering this, and this was giving us 200 per second. So as the whiteout passes, we will start getting that back. Let's do this, and build, need more workforce. Okay. Right. That is as much as I can do there. Who's the punk in the game? It's the kids that were stabbing people. But we sent them into the mines and shut off the air supply. Those events are unrelated. 1 people cured in the hospital. Nice, that's basically just completely counters the like 500 that died in the cold earlier. In the other game we're playing tonight, the punk is Kuno. Let's see. Is there anything we can do that'll help? I don't think so. Kuno would for sure go to the mines, right? Let's see. Okay. Extraction. And what was that? Was it heat? Increases squalor. Squalor is absent, but reduces heat needs. And if we reduce heat needs, then oil will start piling up faster. What's this? Pilgrims protest. Steward, the pilgrims have taken to the streets in protest against growing dependence on oil and the generator. We cannot stand by and let the... Dude, you guys poured oil on yourselves and set yourself on fire. You waste it more than anybody else. We cannot stand by and let stalwarts further bind the city to a single point of failure. We kept silent as the whiteout endangered us all, but no more. Wait, what? You said you were going to keep silent after the whiteout if I fulfilled your alcohol needs, and I did that. You lied. They evidently feel they have no further recourse to make their dissent known. They've deployed their tents in the middle of the district, joining them together, blocking production lines. What should we do? They also dislike paid essentials, allow productive outsiders, and heat overclocking. Accept their demands, further their vision, convince them to stop, ignore them for now. If I make them, I can raise relations to neutral to stop their protests. So, repeal? Dude, repeal the hospital? You people are so stupid. I am not repealing hospitals. Alright. Try to make them neutral. Due to poor relations, pilgrims have begun to protest. They seek to change the direction you're leading the city in. Production is halted in affected districts. For every 1,000 of their supporters, they will spread to another one over time. You can negotiate the end of the disruptions or quell them with guards. It will be more difficult and more violent the higher the fervor of protesters. Nullifying their fervor will also prevent them from blocking the district fully, as well as ultimately make the protest collapse on its own. They're shutting down a district right now? Quell protests in this district. The guard enforcer's law must be enforced. Huh? Hold on. Steward may deploy squads of well-trained, well-equipped guards to put down disruptions and keep the peace. Chat. Yeah, of course they're gonna vote against it. Yeah. I'm gonna need your help to shut these pilgrims up. Help me vote to shut the pilgrims up. Otherwise, there's no way this passes without you. Actually, wait, I could use guided voting. Relations with communities opposed to the law will worsen. LOL. There we go. All right, I'm gonna use my veto rights that I've never used before. I'm gonna use wartime powers. And chat's gonna help me send a bunch of guys out with sticks to fight the pilgrims. Send them to the vines? Yes. Alright, chat, come on. I need your help. This is only gonna happen if you guys heavily vote on this.
The proposed law has been rejected.
Damn. Well, clearly, Virtue of Sin, Frosty Bite, Wolf, Nomelet Fromage, Goodnight, Smashy Ghost Time, Connor, and Garion are against Medicare. They like the people that want to tear down the hospitals. That is how they vote. All right. Negotiate an end to the protest. Oh, this is the same as earlier's. Counter-protest. The other faction will engage in a counter-protest, starting the collapse of the current disturbances. Protests will collapse one by one. Both protesting and counter-protesting faction gain fervor. What? Some counter-protesters might get injured. Okay. How do I make them chill?
Steward.
All right. Fund projects. What does that... How do I see, like, their total, like, view? Opposing.
Steward.
Frostlanders. Fund projects.
Steward.
Bruh, you guys turned off the freaking hospital. God, I would totally send the guards to deal with this, but you guys voted against it. When can I do that again? I have to wait 9 weeks. Send the stalwarts? I can't. You voted against that. All I can do is rile up another mob, and then they all kill each other, and people, like, everyone gets pissed. I was trying to send the stalwarts. You know what? Okay. Counter-protest. Do I have any cores? Yes. Deep melting drill. Let's do that. Let's see. We got 15 more teams. That gives prefabs. Relations go down a bit. That gives coal. That brings people. Okay, I think we just have to wait on that. All right. $338 people injured in protests. Path to power for the city's safety. Steward, the Pilgrims' protest has terrified many in the city. Many are calling for a response from the council. The captains limited the steward's powers, but he couldn't have foreseen this descent. Maybe the time has come to increase our leader's authority for the safety of the city. Several proposals have been suggested that would help us deal with the protest. It's up to you to decide if we will place them on the agenda. Call an immediate council session. Voting on garden. Wait, what? Huh? Isn't this just the same screen we had a minute ago? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it thought that I hadn't already tried that.
Steward.
60 people cured. Nice. Good thing we've got access to the hospital. Members abandon stalwarts. Steward, in the face of a more fervent faction, some stalwarts have decided to desert the counter-protest and leave the faction altogether. We didn't sign up to fight crazy militants, said one deserter. Violence will not change our city for the better. It seemed not all stalwarts are up to the task. Be wary of whom you send to counter-protest in the future. Members will leave their faction if you send them to counter-protest a faction with more fervor than theirs. Great. 1,000 stalwarts leave. Alright. Okay, we're getting mega materials once again. Build a few hospitals. We'll see if I can. Doing some heat actuators to reduce demands.
Please, be patient with our teaching hospital residents. Mistakes are part of the learning process.
What is that? Shallow iron vein. That's materials, okay. That. Research. Let's see. City, society, criminal reparations, crime elimination. Radical idea. Sterilization? To prevent future crimes, we will ensure that hardened criminals do not reproduce and further their deficient stock. Oh my god. Population growth significantly decreased. Significantly? How many criminals do we have? Crime significantly decreased. Wow. I wasn't expecting to see that in this. Criminal reparations. How can criminals repay debts to society? Research speed significantly increased. Let's see. Human experimentation is the only option. Radical idea. Treatment. Parenthood. Communal parenthood. Oh my god. I hate everything on the screen. Fighting hub? Tension in neighboring housing districts decreased. Snip, snap, yeah. Housing block. Subsidized housing block. Logistics bays. Looking for stuff that's passive, that doesn't require me to build the little buildings. Food energy efficiency. Base heat demand of food distance is significantly decreased. And that's just passive? Okay, yeah, let's try that. Oh, that oil is filling up very slowly. Very, very slowly. We used it up so quick. Let's see, expand this. this one. And that one already has a survivalist headquarters. Let's build a heat dispenser there. What's this? Dewi Evans, 40, shopkeeper, bandaging his fists. The steward called on us. There was a time I thought we could all get along, but then they threatened the city, our city, and that's when I saw them for what they are, firebrands and criminals. The steward called on us, and we heeded his call. If not for us stalwarts, who will stop these filthy pilgrims? Oh god, great. Now it's we versus them. Following the stalwarts' counter-protest against the pilgrims, both factions radicalize. Yay. Publicly condemn this faction and its members. They will lose members and potentially lose seats in the council. Their fervor is increased. Do it. 451 people leave the pilgrims. 2,800 remain. They got 3 fervor. They can't get more fervor. Can I condemn you guys again?
Let's do it.
Force them to pay a contribution. I can rob them? I don't think I need to go that far. What's that? Angry Frostlanders grow more radical. Frostlanders? Steward, the Frostlanders have grown deeply unhappy with your rule. Community leaders now openly urge Frostlanders to join the Pilgrims, arguing that as part of a radical organization, they would be better able to protect their interests. If nothing is done to address the situation, many angry Frostlanders will join the Pilgrims and push for the faction to take action against you. Let's see. Repair relations. I will have 40 weeks to improve relations with Frostlanders. If you fail, 1,200 will join the Pilgrims. And Pilgrim relations will get worse either way. Suppress recruitment. 600 join Pilgrims. Pilgrims' fervor is increased and relations worship. Encourage the initiative. The Pilgrims are an effective organization. We should encourage the Frostlanders to join. I'm going to try to repair relations. Alright, Frostlanders are the ones from that. I can't give them any more money right now. Pick one of 3 options to promise something that furthers their worldview. Heat cycling. Heat demand in housing districts is decreased. I mean, that sounds great. Pathfinder scouts. That sounds great. Expedition support. That sounds great too. Muck, how are the kids in the mines? They've been pretty quiet. Heat demand. I'm gonna do heat recycling. Alright, but I gotta finish the old thing first. How much time do I have? 40 weeks. Okay. Alright. That's done. Extraction district. What was this one doing? That's just some materials. Let's see. That's an infinite food thing. We certainly don't need it right this second, though. Actually, this one is almost out. Maybe I should go ahead and work toward that. Okay. Sawmill, heat actuator. Alright, so deep drilling mine. So this one is going to go forever. So we should build the building here that reduces how much heat it needs. See, that is industrial. So this outputs 80 oil. It uses up 20 materials, but puts out oil and can put out some disease.